Follow these simple techniques and you will come up with unlimited ideas. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the basics of writing an electronic trap drop. Let's open FL Studio and set the BPM to 160. But you can do any DAW or BPM that you feel. Let's start by putting a hat on every beat, a snare on every third beat, and a kick on the first, fourth, and sixth beat. I'm gonna shorten up the kick. Now I'm gonna show you a MIDI pattern that you can replace with any sound for unlimited possibilities. I'm gonna load up Serum and select a cool preset. Place 1 note on the first beat and 2 notes on the first 2 beats of the third bar. We're gonna open up another Serum, choose a different preset, and now we're gonna place longer notes to follow the kick pattern. So that was the 4th beat and 6th beat. Now let's add a sub and follow the same MIDI notes. Now you can replace these sounds with any presets for unlimited possibilities. Let's replace this one. And so the whole point of this next part is to make space for frequencies to not clash with each other, as well as make the sounds as loud as possible. On the bass, we have a little bit of reverb, an OTT with a depth at 22%, so pretty low, a saturator, default preset, IM pusher, which is a great plugin to make things loud, and I have it on the D harsher preset, and a Pro L with the practically clipping preset. I'll actually save this mixer track. In case you guys already have these plugins, you can just download it for free in the description and use this effect chain. The last thing that's more for mixing is this Pro EQ that is removing the low frequencies. The reason why I removed all the low end from there is because that area in the frequency spectrum is being inhabited by the sub. When we look at the sub effects, I've added a IM pusher with the solid sub bass preset and this EQ. And you can see that I made this dip here from about 200 to 800 because I thought that that's kind of where the synths were very... I mean, it's up to you. Do whatever you want. All of these sounds are being routed to this sidechain channel that has a fruity balance that is being affected by a peak controller inside this kick and snare mixer track. So every time the kick and snare hit, the volume goes down. This FL Studio project and FL Studio template are available on Patreon. To add some space and energy, I layered a clap on the snare. And on this clap, I put a pretty big reverb. I also added a crash, an extra hat, a vocal one shot, and some noise effects. The drums, the effects, and even that one shot are all coming from Threat Hybrid Bass Sample Pack available at Threat Collective. Finally, on the drum bus, I added a limiter with the saturation slightly lowered, the ceiling all the way up, and a little bit of gain. And on the master, I just added a soft clipper. This code to get an extra 10% off the pack. Big shout outs to Daniel Music and Wo Mojo. I'm gonna be shouting out a person on every single video from Instagram and Twitter. I don't want to fucking hear anybody say they have beat block after this video, because if you have writer's block, you're a dork.